让我们用欢呼共同开启。
双方选手争夺开始选择锁定。
好的，感谢舞蹈演员们给我们带来。
Good day, good day, good day, and here we are, finally at the final day, day 13, the grand final of the 13th Joy World Hayball Masters Grand Finals. And this will be a race to 23. We have Zhang Taiyi against Zhang. There you see some statistics from Zhang Taiyi. Very interesting to see those statistics, his route to the final. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from across the globe. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Raymond Tilak, and joining me in the commentary booth is Lenyukta Chetty, all the way from South Africa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and what a journey we've had, everybody. Okay, we've all been through this together, the highs and the lows, the upsets and the victories, and here's the ultimate moment, the grand finals, the grand finals. Zhuang and Zhang Taiyi.
女士们、先生们，精彩赛事即将开始，让我们
we see Zhang Taiyi winning the leg. He will be breaking. This is a winner's break format, race to 23, and this is the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Winner walks away with $680,000. Unbelievable. Total prize fund for this tournament, a whopping $1.6 million. That, I believe, is the highest payout ever in a pool tournament.
It's 1.6 million reasons to be at this event, and next year we can definitely expect bigger and better, as Joy Bullies always raises the bar every year at these Grandmasters tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor and hit that share button on the corner left of your screen. If you are joining us on the Facebook stream, let's share the love and let everybody know that this final is underway. Highly anticipated
uniting the world. Joy Cup, the 13th World Hayball Masters Grand Finals will begin.
Yeah, we would
now.
love to see, definitely love to see more people at the next tournament. We have had over 700 participants in total at this tournament, and we are now down to the last two athletes from over 122 different countries joining us for this 13th edition of the Masters Grand Finals.
川江龙啸台。
Table T,
Now,
we
as we
won.
see Zhuang at the table now on this very first frame, surprised that Zhang Taiyi didn't break in. His breaks were really beautiful yesterday.
Yes, last night against Phoneman Cure, Zhang Taiyi was on another level. His breaks were excellent. He was playing really well, doing what he does best, and he was able to best Phoneman in that race to 19 last night. Also, I have to say that we didn't see the best of Phone in these last 2 days, especially against Zhang Taiyi and the day before that against Zhang in the winners bracket final. So Phone went with third place in this tournament. Of course, that's an excellent result. You have to remember that Phone Cure is an international player. So going up against the Chinese players is always very tough. I do know.
Definitely not easy for him going up against Zhang Taiyi yesterday. I mean, Zhang Taiyi, this is not his first time in the business end of the tournament. He was phenomenal against Phone. Phone just couldn't get in there yesterday. He just could not get in there, and it cost him dearly,
中国征
but
途
I'm
世界球
sure,
童，女士
just
们、先
like
生
with
们，
everybody
巅
else
峰对
who
决
has been
即将
eliminated
开
from the
始，
tournament,
掌声
wherever they are, they're
欢呼
enjoying
声
the matches now. They're well poised to enjoy the matches with the rest of the world. As we see new Zhuang on his second last stripe, and we've seen some brilliant form from him as well. Hey, Raymond.
Yes, yes, we definitely have, especially against Fonement. He was really on top form. There has to be to beat a player like Fonement Cure. And this is off Zhang Taiyi's dry break. So we have seen many comments yesterday on the stream. This final is going to come down to the breaks. Very equally matched players, so that's what we'll be looking out for. The breaks and the dry breaks, of course. And there we see he's on the scoreboard with his first rack and run over Zhang Taiyi. New Zhang goes 1-0 up, rack and run off his dry break.
Ladies and gentlemen joining us from across the globe, who's your horse? Who is your horse? If you had to bet on the winner of this match, let us know. I know we're only one frame in, but this is the time to have some guts and call your winner.
I do think that that most of our viewers on the stream are Zhang Taiyi supporters, especially watching him in the last few days, what he's done to come through that losers bracket as well, playing twice a day. He's had to really fight. I mean, he's the player who took out Chen Simming as well at 22 years of age, Zhang Taiyi, and his opponent at the table currently, New Zhang, is 31 years of age, winner of the Tianjin Station Division 1, I believe, recently.
Yes, and the super tour of that same event was won by Tang Chen Chao. Tang Chen Chao won the super tour at the same event. As some of you might remember, Tang Chen Chao, the young woman who ended up in the final with Zhang Yubo in 2022. She's doing amazing things. She's had an amazing year with the WPA tours as well as the station events. So New Zhuang, I mean, he's also cemented himself as one of China's finest. So I don't think there is, huge surprises about who has ended up in the final. However, the fact that Kumpeng and Zhubo and Tang have been eliminated, Rulang, those were early upsets in the match, in this tournament, much earlier than we thought it would happen.
Yeah, that is definitely very true, as well as Chu Bingji as well. But I have to say that with form in sport, it ebbs and flows as well. Like you see Chu Bingji being eliminated, and those names you mentioned, Yubo and Tang Shunshao, eliminated in stage 2, actually, not even making it to stage 3. And yeah, this New Zhang is currently on form. It looks like he is peaking, and he's playing really well. It's gonna be tough for Taiyi to do some damage in this match, because he's playing against an in-form New Zhang.
Absolutely, and I think one pattern that we've definitely seen, except with the exceptions of that amazing comebacks by Oliver and Kelly in their matches that we spoke about countless times on the stream, is that usually the person that manages to secure a, let's say, comfortable lead in the early stages, they've seemed to be the victor in these matches, with the exception of the few comebacks that we've had. So with Zhang not capitalizing on his break in the first frame, it changes the entire complexion for him, because he could be benched now for a few frames. Because as we see, Zhuang,
I think that also comes down to the timed matches that we used to have in the past, where getting ahead so quickly was so important in the latter stages of a match. And I think that the Chinese players have carried that through. Their first instinct is to pull the biggest lead they can as quick as they can. And from what we've seen in this tournament, that tends to carry them through. We saw it yesterday. We saw it the day before as well. It's what we are seeing quite often that if you have that big lead, very likely you are going to win that match. As you say, we did have a few comeback upsets, but most times the person in front, at least by 8 or 9, even in these long races, usually is the player who does win them. So these first few frames are very important in this match. As you see, Zhang with a break and run now on the board, and that is 2-0 to him.
So that's one rack and run, one break and run from Zhuang. As this match kicks off, it's a race to 23, ladies and gentlemen. Race to 23. 2-0 for Zhuang.
And we haven't seen Zhang Taiyi do much yet. All he's done is win the lag, and after that he broke dry, and he's been sat in that chair for 2 frames.
So we've got mixed bets coming in on the Facebook stream. I know, Raymond, you can check out the YouTube stream what our listeners, viewers are saying. Lots of support for Taiyi and lots of support for Zhuang as well. So
yes. Yeah, definitely on YouTube as well. Mixed feelings. We have supporters in both camps, which is always lovely to see. And we as well as the commentators of this match, we just want to see the best possible match we can, and both players bringing their best game to the forefront. And speaking about the game coming down to breaks, that is a try break, and it looks like we are going to see Zhang Taiyi at the table for the first time with a chance in this match.
ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are seeing Zhang Taiyi for the first time, where have you been? Where have you been for the last 3 weeks? Because this young 22-year-old young man has just wowed us time and time again. And I think you're about to see why he is in this final.
I also feel that he knows he has to eliminate all mistakes from his game against the opponent he is facing, and Zhang can't afford to take his foot off the pedal, as we have seen him do sometimes. He's been up in a match. Yesterday he was up, I believe, by 8 frames. He was 12-4 up on Phone Mint, and that gap was reduced. I think Phone won 7 in a row to reduce that gap to 13-11. So you can't be doing things like that here against Zhang.
Oh my, just as you say it.
Things like that.
Just as you say
and
it.
Is that 7 gonna go in? Oh my.
Looks like it.
Oh,
you take it, hand went up.
Yeah, hand went up.
Hand went up. Thank you for accepting my luck with grace. That's what the hand means.
That is not a good start to his visit in this match.
Yes, and also, you know, having those lucky shots, it as a cueist on the table, you don't always, you don't feel good about it. You don't feel good about it, and you also have to recover from those lucky shots mentally.
Yeah, you're never gonna
feel. It wasn't what he intended to do.
Yeah, you're never gonna feel good about that, especially your first visit in this match, 2-0 down. You wanna cement yourself in this match. Put a good frame on the board. Want to quickly forget about that one and try and get through this clearance, possibly make a break and run of his own as well. What is going on to Zhang Taiyi? Wow.
What was that?
That was a miscue. That was a miscue, and we did see one yesterday with Phone Mint Cure, with his miscue as well, going deep on the cue ball. Hope he didn't damage his tip with that. Cameraman might give us an angle of that as well, like he did yesterday.
Yes, we all remember the camera guys zoom in on Phone's cue. Well, the tip specifically after his miscue in that match, which also cost him a point.
And a very big welcome to everybody joining us on our live platforms. We are live on Facebook and YouTube as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us throughout this tournament and supporting us. We do appreciate the support and we do read your comments. And thank you so much, guys, once again. This is the grand finals, the last day. I believe we have 2 sessions in this match. We have a 3-hour session followed by the final session. So apparently we will have a 1-hour intermission at 6 p.m. local time. So just under 3 hours time there will be a 1-hour intermission. This is a race to 23, guys, so I think that's the reason for that. It's quite a long session.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Once again, especially those who've just joined the stream. Hello, Zambia. Hello, Uganda. Hello, Australia. Hello to the viewers from UK, from the USA, Portugal, Sweden, Germany. We're so happy to have you here with us. He should. I wonder if he's going to go into the 12 here of the 11, Raymond.
Yeah, he did come around and have a look at whether the 12 pots directly. Interesting to see what he chooses here. I think he's going past it actually. No, he's... Oh, but that hasn't worked out that well for him.
Not what he intended. Hello, Zimbabwe, and of course South Africa. I know you guys are here in full force. Really lovely to see you guys here, and Zambia as well.
I think he might be contemplating the double on that ball as well, and after playing the 9.
2 doubles. Do you see 2 doubles loading here? Because I'm wondering, I mean, it seems like he might have to set up for a double on the 12 as well.
I can play the 9 direct to the center. Yeah,
yes.
Cue ball should go off 1 cushion. Yeah, I should leave him the angle to double this and land on the black ball as well.
Hello, Ireland. Oh, lovely. Ireland is here as well. As we see New Zhuang take on this double, a bank shot.
No, he's hit that wide.
That looked wide.
Yeah,
the minute he took it, he knew it. We could see there from the demeanor, his whole body language changed after taking that shot. Oh well, Zhang Taiyi with a chance.
Yeah, that was trying to get position on that black ball. That's why he hit that wide, and our jump specialist is leaving a jump shot on here for Zhang, for New Zhang. If you remember last night, viewers, that brilliant jump shot from him. I think the black ball went off 2 or 3 cushions and went in afterwards.
Good morning to our viewers from Kenya and Malawi as well. Remember to hit that share button on the corner left of your screen, guys. Let everybody know that this match is underway. You're watching the grand final of the 13th Joy Cup.
As we did see yesterday, plays with his left hand as well. I do like that in a player that can switch hands. Does come in handy for shots like that, especially on this 9-foot table. Ability to switch hands means you don't need the rest all the time.
I think that's a scarce skill, hey?
Very.
As far as cueists are concerned. Is
Very
that something
scarce.
that you can do, Raymond?
Yes, I can. And the only reason I can do that is because I used to watch Ronnie O'Sullivan playing when I was young, and he used to do it, so I used to try and do it. And eventually, you actually can get the skill.
You can train yourself.
You can train yourself
Okay, so
to do it. Yeah.
I thought you had to be ambidextrous to be able to do that, but I guess anything can be learned, guys. And speaking about things that can be learned, I'd love to know from the viewers at home, what is the best thing that you've taken away from watching these top queuists over the last 3 weeks? I'd love to know what you've learned, or what's the biggest lesson that you've learned observing them, observing the way they play.
Yet I would love to know the answer to that from the viewers as well. I mean, we have learned so much watching this event. So yeah, would really love to have those answers from the viewers. As there we see Zhang Taiyi getting his first frame on the board. Morning Kali, morning Manny, and morning Ayanda as well. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been with us throughout this tournament. We are on the final day.
Hoffman.
Yes, they are. They will be playing in the final after this.
Oh, is that a dry break? Was that a dry break? Looks like it. When Sheskovsky comes in with, I've learned. You can't.
28局牛壮胜，1分19比9，开球进篮。
Some really interesting feedback from the comment section regarding what our viewers have taken away from this tournament, and really lovely to see that. That's the whole point of why we're doing this and why we have the live streams as well. You guys are getting to see some of the best players in the world do what they do best.
好，2位已经有一个幸运观众哦，一个爱的传递。好的，恭喜2位获得了由乔氏提供的精美礼品1份。稍后我们有更多礼品送给大家，谢谢。
Oh yes, yes, that is very true. I do believe this final will come down to the break because these players make very few mistakes.
29局牛壮开球。
Jamal and Mutamba says, I've learned that on these tables, you have to make sure always one mistake costs you. Yes, you miss, you lose. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. You miss, you lose on any given frame. More than likely, the chances are that your opponent is going to clear. And this is the level, all of the players that we've seen in the, I would say from the last 64 onwards, are that caliber of player. They all are decent on a break. They all are decent at clearances, their routine, their shot selection, all amazing plays with such high standard. And the thing is, they make this look so easy, but anybody who's played Hayball, especially the developing and novice players, will tell you this game takes a lot of work to master. And that's why these players are so highly respected the world over.
Yeah, absolutely, Lenyukta. I mean, anyone who's made it to the last 64 or last 32 of this tournament, in my opinion, is regarded a very, very high-class player of this game and just Qist in general. So difficult to break through to that last 64 and 32 of this tournament. After all, we have over 700 players competing in this tournament from the beginning. It's a very, very clean pot from Zhang. Not able to punish Taiyi in that last frame off that miscue, but able to punish him in this one, and it is now 3-1 to Zhang. This is a race to 23, ladies and gentlemen. See on the comment section, Rena Post. We have Rena Post on the comment section. That is Ricardo Post's wife, I believe, Lenyukta, from Sessions Billiards in Cape Town.
Yeah, one of the best venues in Africa, if
Yes.
not the best looking venue in Africa, with its premium hayball tables and 9-ball tables.
第29局牛壮胜，5分20比9，开球清台。
我在给胜利者沙发拍广告，他们要求我这样。
Guys, if the quality of my audio drops, just bear in mind that it is the network. I am joining the stream from Cape Town, South Africa, and Raymond Talak is all the way in Chengdu. We are doing our best to bring you a high quality stream, but sometimes the network, it gives us gas. It really challenges us, but Raymond does work on it to resolve those issues quickly.
Yeah, I was actually going to get to that. There isn't much we can do physically regarding if the mic is not too clear on Lenyukta's side or even my side. It's because of the network. We aren't in the same location. I'm in Chengdu, China, and I've got Lenyukta being broadcasted from Cape Town, South Africa, and then we are then broadcasting this entire stream to the world. So yeah, just do bear with us if we have any technical abilities. Thank you guys so much for that.
Manny Rudd says he's learned to have the umpire wipe the bad luck of the cue ball when my opponent misses.
Yes, I love that. I love that, Manny. I'm also going to try
Manny.
that. I'm just trying to imagine if we try that back home, Lenyukta, if we're playing in a tournament and there's a referee at the table and we get the cue ball wiped every 5-10 minutes.
You know, Franklin Yaga is also on the stream, one of the top 7-foot table game players in South Africa. He says he wants to be in China next year and he's really going to give hayball a shot. And I think a lot of us who come from a black ball background or any of the 7-foot games all feel inspired now to try this, to challenge ourselves. You know, a lot of top players of the 7-foot game have come over to black ball as well. It is very, very challenging. You know, in the first maybe year or so, you'll find it difficult to hit those break and runs. But once you do it, let me tell you guys, the feeling of accomplishment, there to execute the shots the way they should be executed on this table, which is one of the most challenging tables to play on.
It is indeed. It is definitely one of the most challenging cue sports, but also, as you said, one of the most rewarding. And being a hybrid sport does unite all cue sports, most cue sports at least. And that's why we see players from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds playing at this tournament. And some surprises as well. Oliver Zolnocki is the first name that comes to my mind. Hungarian 9-ball professional player, has never played in one of these tournaments before, and he makes the top 32 or top 24, I believe.
Yes, and he came through the qualification round,
Yes.
guys. That's the international qualifier. Oliver Zolnocki giving us all hope. Giving us all hope. Those of us who will play in that international qualifier next year. Oliver did it. Oliver did it, and what an amazing tournament he had.
And I have to say that he actually had to go through 2 South Africans in that qualifying round as well. Lost his first match in this tournament, did Oliver, but because this is a double elimination all the way through, from the qualifiers right up to stage 3, he was able to win his losers bracket, make it into stage 1 and continue with this tournament.
Hello, Kenya again. I know
3-0 down, and once again, they've bottled the lead.
Third time that I say good morning to Kenya. Good morning, Kenya. Good morning, Namibia. Good morning, Zimbabwe.
Until next season, cheer up with CJ.
International streams that went out was housing the African supporters, so it's so great to see. And I know that there is a lot of development on the continent to get those tables into the countries in Africa, because Africa has so much of talent, and we'd love to see more players here from Africa. I know last year we had over 70 African contenders in this tournament, and this year as well there was about 30 players from Africa. So we want to see those numbers, guys. We want to see those numbers next year. 70 is rookie numbers. We got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah, it really is lovely to see all our viewers from across the world, but definitely a lot of viewers coming in from our home continent, Africa. And yeah, we really do love seeing your comments as well, and your takes on this game, the way you view this game and the players who you support, and yeah, what Q Sports you play as well. We've really enjoyed engaging with each and every one of you guys.
And I must say, I'm going to miss you guys. We're at the last tournament now, and we've spent so much time together over the last 2-3 weeks. We're really going to miss you guys.
第30局，张太一胜，比分10-20。
I think we're in for a very close match here. Both these players, come with excellent form. I don't think they are going to let each other just run away with this match. It might come down to who can make the most consecutive break and runs. That's the only way I see one of these players pulling a 5 or 6 frame lead out.
Raymond, once again, how old did you say New Zhuang is?
New Zhang is 31. His birthday, well, his date of birth is 1994. So 31 years of age is New Zhang, and 22 years of age is Zhang Taiyi. And with that, it is now 3-2 to New Zhang over Zhang Taiyi. This is a race to 23 winners break, and I do believe we will still have the player break after every 8 frames in this match, as well as a 1-hour break after 3 hours of play.
So far we've seen 1 break and run from Yu Zhang and 2 rack and runs from him as well, with Zhang Taiyi having to fight for every point that he's taken, which has only been 2 thus far, so 3-2 for New Zhuang.
Yeah, the scoreboard statistics definitely favoring New Zhang in terms of his run-out rate, currently at 100% run-out rate for his points. But yeah, it's all going to come down to this break, Lenyukta. All going to come down to the... Oh, as we see him winding up, have a look at that. Oh yes, he's coming with the power now. Oh, that stripe coming so close to going into that center pocket.
10秒。
I see Pranit Ramchandani has joined the stream. Good morning, Pranit. He is the head of Hayball India. So really good to see you here, and congratulations on the strides Hayball India has made in your country to give this opportunities to more players. Good morning to Ashraf Haribai as well, who's joining us from Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah, definitely. Good morning to you, Pranit, as well. He's definitely doing huge things for Hayball in India. We did see that the Hayball Juniors World Championship being hosted in Bangalore, that part of the From China with Love WPA series of events, and yeah, just massive strides. Pranit and his team doing the most, and yeah, really getting the best out of their players. India coming with about 70 players to this tournament this year. Most of them with snooker backgrounds as well, so really performing well. I think the best performer we had was Shivam Arora. His highlight match was that win over Gareth Potts from the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. Shivam was definitely one of the players that was highly watched in the tournament up until the point that he was eliminated. And I think we're going to see even more wonderful things from him in future Grandmasters events. Shivam Arora doing India proud, and also racking up a couple of international fans in the process. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's a marvelous
nice.
shot.
Yeah, nice touch there from Zhang Taiyi. Luckily for him, he does have the shot on the 12.
Marvelous touch there, using a lot of right hand side on the cue ball to straighten up the cue ball after contact with the cushion. Oh, that's another excellent shot. Didn't have much of an angle to work with. Had to really cue that ball in well to make that angle for the cue ball to get up table.
What beautiful minds these players have.
Yeah, it is really a privilege to see these players when they are in full swing and really in the motion when they are playing their best.
Asan Hamandawana, good morning and welcome to you. Welcome to Craig Bauer. He is the head of SA 9 Ball, that's South African 9 Ball, and also the owner of Sessions of Billiards Club, which we told you guys about, best looking club in Africa.
Yeah, great facilities as well. Does Sessions Billiards. So if you are ever in Cape Town, do have a look for them, and yeah, pop in and say hi to Craig Bauer. We've seen quite a few excellent bank shots on this TV table, Lenyukta, and I have to say that's because of the steel block cushions as well. Of course, the skill of the players, but the consistent bounce that this Joy Q8 steel blocked cushions give, always the same kind of bounce, and that's why they're able to get the best out of the table and the best out of their skill as well. I did see a comment on the YouTube stream. Who is the bookie's favorite in this match? I would have to go with Zhang. The experience, his current form in the last few tournaments. So That's who, in my opinion, that is the favorite for this match, and Zhang Taiyi will have to be fighting to try and keep up with him, or you go toe to toe with him. As we look at those statistics, so far 100% run out rate for New Zhang. And there we have David. Final score: Zhang 23, New 19. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna commit that final score to memory, David. I'm gonna commit that final score to memory.
Zhang Taiyi will have to work really hard for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he also what we've seen with him is he also, like yesterday again, phone meant he was able to pull away so quickly with those breaks and those runs and those runouts, and keeping Phoneman so tight in that match. So we know beyond a doubt that Zhang Taiyi is so special. He's so special. Definitely has the ability to win this tournament, to emerge the champion. But he's just gotta bring it's infancy, but anything can happen, guys. We've seen session to session things really change. The tide changes, and anything can happen. Too easy to call, too early to call a winner here.
Definitely is very early stages in this match. It is a race to 23. But as you were saying about Zhang Taiyi and his ability to make those clearances and possibly win this match, I don't think he's going to get as many opportunities from New Zhang. He's not in the form to give away that many opportunities. Even against Phoneman Cure, he was so strong. Such a dangerous player.
You know what? I always support the underdog, and it seems like the general consensus here is that New Zhuang just has much more experience on Taiyi. So I'm Team Taiyi. Who else is with me? Tell us on the stream.
We don't often see a ball like that going in after bouncing on those jaws that many times. Hasn't left himself anything easy here. It's an interesting shot choice. I thought he would have played that more for the jaws of the pocket. From watching Zhang Taiyi play, we do know that even if there are a few problems on the table, he's very quick to solve them, straight away going for those cannons.
He's definitely stood out as a player who can, one of the strongest abilities to manufacture a finish here. While the others might go safe, he quickly goes for that problem ball, as most of you would remember, because we know a lot of you here have attended all of the matches.
10秒。5、4。
So we have reached the tactical stage of this frame now. So this being the only frame where we are seeing some tactical play thus far. And who would you say has the advantage so far in this frame?
I would say Zhuang. New Zhuang. He's doing quite well to keep Taiyi tight in this frame. I mean, no doubt he knows the capability of this player. I'm sure all of them are in the same WhatsApp group. Oh, sorry, not WhatsApp, WeChat. They probably in the same WeChat group there in China. So they know each other, you know, these are familiars to them. They know each other's game.
I see a lot of Taiyi supporters now on the comment section, Lenyukta. They are all with you.
And remember, guys, Taiyi was in the last, I think he was in the final 4 last year as well. So it's a big moment. But New Zhuang, I mean, he's also put in a couple of decades into the game. He's 31 years old, so one can assume, going by what we know about China, he's probably been playing this game since he was a youngster himself. So big moment for both these players. And I mean, just under 700,000 US dollars for the winner. I mean, that is some nice mullah, some nice mullah to take. Well, I think he's managed to. Well, yeah, it is somewhat of a safety, but he can see.
He might jump the combination, Lenyukta. It's possible. I see it, the 5-7 combination. If he can catch the 5 full ball. Almost. That was so close. That was so close to going in. I'd love to see a replay of that. Brilliant attempt with that jump shot.
I do believe that Zhang can put another one. The looks of those stripes. I wonder if he'll go for it. His restraint.
He's going. I do see one of our viewers on the YouTube stream has said that they are speaking about New Zhang, that he was on the Snooker Pro Tour before that. Just started playing Hayball for about 3 or 4 years. So experience in Q Sports, yes, but in Hayball, most likely Taiyi has more experience than him. But in general Q Sports, he would have more. It's interesting, and we have a look at his stance and his technique. Even some of the viewers on the stream caught that ex-snooker player. Quite easy to tell when a player has a snooker background as well.
Yes, and if that information is correct, I mean, just 3 years on the Hayball scene for him to end up in a Grandmasters finals. I mean, that's what we were talking about, how beautifully the snooker community takes to this game. So there's one there. There's an example. New Zhuang, representing the snooker fraternity well here, showing you guys that it's possible. Yeah, but regardless of what you sport you play, give this one a shot, guys. And if you think about the investment relative to what you get for attending a tournament like this, it's well worth the investment. Well worth the investment, regardless of how you perform at the tournament. Experiencing China, getting to meet the world's finest cuers, getting to watch them up close. It's such a beautiful thing. Just start planning, start preparing. We want to see you guys at the tournament next year.
We most definitely do, and as you said, Lenyukta, what a great investment in yourself coming to a tournament like this is, and also Joy doing so much for the players and for the sport. They are providing the hotel, food, transport as well. So if you can take care of your flights and a bit of spending money to have here in China, you'll be here playing in this tournament, experiencing all this live. missed that by far. He's missed that by far. He'll know that.
He's just not himself yet.
He'll know that. That
Zhang Taiyi not himself.
That touched the cushion about halfway down. Have a look at this. Look at how early that caught the cushion. He needs to find himself quickly. Very quickly.
That's a good snooker from Zhuang. You can see the one cushion escape on the... It's gonna go up.
No, wide and wide
That's
by
wide.
far as well.
That's wide. The reason I thought he could potentially take the escape on the right hand side of the table that would have increased his odds of actually making that pot. But perhaps we couldn't see. Maybe he couldn't do it from where his vantage point.
I do see what
He's
you're saying.
able now.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. Could have also, if he did miss it, come from the back, possibly two cushions as well, so leaving himself more options always coming two cushions, rather than one cushion direct.
老鹰胶边用20年寿命守护每一次碰撞的纯粹，精准回弹，首选老鹰。
I also did read about some information on Zhang Taiyi, the 22-year-old. He only started playing this game around 10 or 12 years old, and that's not expected. We usually see these players starting at a much younger age, so yeah, 10 or 12 years old. And then he was spotted as a talent by his parents and played at his local club where he was coached as well. So that's quite the journey for him. Those 10 years to be on the stage and in this final of the grand finals.
Easy one there for Zhuang, sealing his 5th point score 5-2 for him. I mean, the last five frames have all been like, you know, contended for by these two players, with Zhuang taking 3 of those 5 points. But Taiyi just not in form yet, Raymond, just not in form. Not the Taiyi that we have seen over the last 2-3 days.
Not at all. Not at all. That miss on the 7th in the 2nd frame already was, those were worrying signs for us watching and for him as well. I would have thought that he would have tried to fix that as quick as he could, and then we saw the miss on the 13th just now. And that was by far as well. So that is, those are worrying signs to see those misses, and we know that he usually doesn't. He also earlier in this frame missed the cannon on the 13th to try and get it into a better position. He just needs to find himself. It is still early days. We hope that he can find himself quickly and arrive at this match.
Sticks on the Facebook stream says, where is the juice he was drinking yesterday? And he's referring to Zhang Taiyi.
Yes.
You know, Sticks, I must say that is exactly the thought that went through my mind when he missed the 13th ball. I was like, where's that juice that you were drinking yesterday? Tell somebody to get it for you, because he was on fire yesterday. He was on fire. And I'd love to see him come to the party. Not because I'm biased towards the player, but as you know, Raymond and I, we want to see both players show up and give us the match that we want.
We definitely do. We definitely do. And whatever he was drinking yesterday also made his breaks phenomenal. Potting almost on every of his breaks, and that was how he was able to pull that lead over Phone and Kyo. If Phone is watching this, he'll be wondering what happened. Where is the Taiyi played yesterday?
Oh, why didn't I get this Taiyi yesterday?
Yes.
You know, there's this thing, guys, and I know you all will know it in the pool community. When you get knocked out of a tournament and the player that knocked you out goes on to win it, then you don't feel so
Sport
bad.
has been called many names.
Don't feel
Well,
so
for
bad.
me,
So
I call it calculated.
surprising.
Game, I like to get some prediction right.
Was scared. I
can't relate. Football is my favorite sport. It's the weekend. I am ready because I placed my bet using the best prediction service. Betting without bet ensured a huge risk. Join over 1.4 million users winning more with bet ensured prediction. Visit betensured.com for more information.
It was an off day for him. Not sure how he spent his day, of course, but he did
glove and receive it 10 minutes.
It's a very good point as well. The viewers in the comment section.
来，让我们看到我们的双手一起伸起来。接下来有请我们的 DJ 为我们来一首大家可以共同拍手寻找节奏的音乐。来吧，让我们看一看所有人的。
A lot of the huge companies now, the Pedis, the Omens, the Predators, they are making cues specifically for Chinese Hayball pool. Look, Hayball was called Chinese 8-ball first, and then they changed it to Chinese pool, and now with the global marketing of this particular set of rules, it's referred to as Hayball. So for Hayball cues, look, there are people stockists worldwide for these major companies like Omen and Predator, even maybe some of the Chinese brands. But just a little tip for you guys, if you really want to see cues, and you should try and get to China. You should try and get to China and go play in the station event, or save up to play in the Grandmasters event, which will be in a year's time. Then you're gonna see cues, the most beautiful cues you've ever seen. Hey Raymond.
I thought you were actually going to say if you want to see cues, you should take a look at Raymond's cue, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know you have to tell him to come to China. It's okay. It's okay. But no, it's excellent question on the stream, and yeah, the cues that you do see in these adverts, if you do contact Joy directly on their Facebook page, send them a message, ask them, can you get one of these, where can you get it, and how do you buy it, and they will be the ones to facilitate that, of course. And yes, some really good adverts we've seen so far, and all these cues and products are available through Joy as well. Also, Lenuk, that 7 frames played. These adverts are taking very long. Are we perhaps on a player break at 7 frames?
Hold on. Has 8 frames been played?
No, the score is 5-2.
Interesting. Well, let's just stick around, guys. Let's just stick around and we'll see in a moment, or we'll have an idea in a moment. Raymond, is it possible that they could have changed the intermission to after 7 frames?
That is very possible. I'll actually have a look at that now. Very possible indeed, unless there is something else going on, but we usually get our timer on the screen letting us know.
去寻找属于你们的幸运啊！对，大家也请注意安全。这个区的朋友，你们好，双手可以挥起来，旗帜可以摇起来，礼物可以送起来。对，这个区域的你们，哇，真的很棒啊！来，我们掌声不停，礼物不停，好不好？对，双手继续摇起来。 哇，有我们非常精美的礼物在等待大家。来，这个区域的朋友们，哇，你们都很热情啊！你们的双手能跟着音乐节奏动起来吗
？Yes, at my tally.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Timer 10 minutes, 7 frames. Unless it is possible that maybe both players did request a break. That could be possible, but we will see when we get the next player break whether it's after 7 or 8 frames. Been consistent throughout, yeah.
Well, we're gonna get confirmation for you guys. Just bear with us. It looks like both players are back in the arena. What is going on there? It is 5-2 in New Zhuang's favor. You know what could have happened, and I won't be surprised having attended this event before. Sometimes when dignitaries of a very high rank arrive at the tournament, they might stop everything to pay respect. So that is potentially what could have happened, or they could have changed it to 7 frames after 7 frames.
Motion Dancers, showtime! Welcome to 成都。有个强怪的融入进了崭新的时代，老子成都好朋友，后用多一抗体早。有个强怪的融入进了崭新的时代，老子矛盾会下滑，骂烂牛人不得骂。有个强怪的融入进了崭新的时代，说菜要菜，从头再来。有个强怪的融入进了崭新的时代，好呀，川剧开始了。
Yeah, that is an excellent point, Lenuka. That might have happened. We will see, and we do know that the dignitaries do attend this event, especially the finals. We'll have an eye out on that, and we will see when the next player break comes. Very interesting to see that. That one was after 7 frames played. Score currently 5-2 to Zhang over Zhang Taiyi.
好的，感谢姑娘们给我们带来的精彩表演。
On this frame, Taiyi to the table with somewhat of a safety play. Zhuang back with not much to work with, and here Zhang back again. We don't often get to see,
exactly.
we don't often get to see these chess-like frames in the tournament, so we enjoy this, guys. And it's always nice to see who will emerge victor when it comes down to a fight like this. Who outwits who?
Yeah, I see Taiyi is trying to control the bottom of the table, trying to control those bottom 2 pockets.
He certainly has an opportunity now to go into that cluster or come down the cushion. Interesting.
He's taken out 1. Now that's gone to the side cushion. Does he play the 6 into the stripe at the bottom left?
I thought he might have wanted to make a play for the 12 ball off the last pot. But of course, I mean, this guy's a champion. He's probably seeing a lot more than what we are. Definitely seeing a lot more than what we are.
Yeah, he did go for the 2-way. We did see him have a look at where the cue ball will end up after that shot. I think Zhang will sometimes allow Taiyi to take on a frame. He knows that Taiyi is more attacking. We have spoken about how the, in quotes, under 23 players play very attacking, go for everything that's on the table. So I do think he'll allow him. Yeah, I think he'll allow him. He'll allow him some rope, and just to see what he can do. He has a 3-frame gap at the moment. But I also think that he has been studying Taiyi in this match so far. You can see that he's not at his best currently.
女士们、先生们，为了您有更好的观赛体验，我们提醒您注意以下观赛礼仪。在比赛开始前，请持票入场，对号入座。比赛期间尽量减少不必要的走动，以免干扰选手和其他观众。在比赛进行中，请保持安静，并保持一致状态。
the energy expelled in these tactical frames, whether it's worth the effort or whether you should wait, you know, for those finishes rather than expelling too much of energy. But every point is so important. But with the winner's break format, the things can change so quickly, as we've seen time and time again at this tournament. So I think you know, more than likely every point will be fought for. But Zhang Taiyi looking good here. I think that ball is through, Raymond. Must be through.
Yeah, it must be.
Up for it.
Yeah, excellent. But those pots that he made in that last frame against Foneman Chow last night, those were unbelievable.
Oh wow!
Unbelievable. That last frame's finish. One of the best pots I've seen here.
That 5, hey, I felt that in my gut when he took that shot. Remember, guys? Remember that 5 to get off the black last night from Taiyi to secure his spot here in the grand final. What a shot that was! What a shot that was! And he's done it. He's taken a 3rd point. The score still in favor of New Zhuang, 5-3, and that's 8 frames played. That is the head rem. This is the head rem that we see on the table now.
Yeah, I think he is one of the best referees in China. Not only as a referee, but he is the best referee player as well. Always wins the referee tournament that they have here. And yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him and actually playing a few frames with him in Los Angeles at the Parasport, the Hayball Parasport World Championship. Excellent player is the referee.
And the final score on that, Raymond? What was the final score?
No, he's too good. He's as good as the players. Yeah, no, he's as good as the players you see here. That's how he plays.
Really?
Yes, that's how he plays.
He's a solid player.
He's a coach. Yeah, he's a coach as well. He is solid. He plays.
So ref, coach, and player.
Yeah, he plays like the way you see these players play. Finish after finish. The difference between a break and run and rack and run. So a break and run is when you come to the table and break and make a run out, and a rack and run is when you make a run out off your opponent's break. That's the difference between break and run and a rack and run.
暂停结束，比赛继续。第33局，牛壮开球。
再次温馨提示各位观众，请保持安静，以免干扰双方运动员。
Yeah, Manny Rod has just noticed as well that Zhang tried the second ball break rather than the head ball. Yeah, we often see these players, you know, when their breaks aren't working, they switch it up a little bit. I mean, he played on the same table last night. I wonder if this table was recloth in between last night's session and today.
I wouldn't put it past the tournament organizers to do that. I really wouldn't, as we see him looking at the 13 onto the 5. Is he playing on that? Yeah, it looks like he is. So 13 into the center pocket where the 5 is. He missed one like this against Foneman 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
He hit it full ball. He caught it full ball instead of half. This is not easy. He has to play it like he's playing it at almost full ball. And there you see it. He doesn't want to catch that inside jaw. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. As we see that again, and I think that's why he took his time with that, based on that shot, because he remembered. If we can remember that shot, he definitely remembers it from 2 nights ago.
And also that there wasn't a gap there, you know, a comfortable gap. We saw that ball was covering most of the pocket, so it was almost like a push, and then a drop. So yeah, I mean, well, you know, that's why he's a finalist, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just a simple off the 5 and in. It had to roll past the 5, like with the 5, and then drop. Was a much more difficult shot than it looked. It made it look easy.
He looks so chilled. He looks so chilled around this table.
Definitely does. And with that, he takes his 6th point, yeah. And there we see it, 4 rack and runs for New Zhang and 1 break and run for him as well. So 5 runouts out of 6 points.
Does that look like a dry break?
Yes, I do believe it's dry as well.
And just goes to show, guys, and you know, all of us pool players, Q Sport players, we've been through it session to session, day to day. I mean, Taiyi just not managing to get into this match yet. And yesterday he was on fire, quick fire. He was on quick fire yesterday.
Yeah, he was playing wonderful last night against Fonement, and he needed to be. Fonement is one of the best international players we do have.
I think he tried to knock the brown spotted ball. So I'll check that out now as he came off the shot. I think that brown is potentially hampering the part of the 2, but we should get an aerial shot of that in just a second. The camera guy has been doing the most the last couple of days.
He's definitely...
And once again, you saw classic Taiyi there. Yeah.
Definitely made the 2 not potable now. However, he has pushed it into what looks like a good combination to that bottom right. Quite lucky to get that combination set.
But I think the angle might be slightly off there, Raymond. I think he's opted not to go for it yet.
Yeah, I think
I wonder if he's going to try and go.
Oh, he's choosing it now. Oh, it was nicely set. Nicely set. Yep. That's a good thing about these long races. Being a race to 23, you can still find yourself in the session of play if you feel like you're not on it. Also, with the winner break format, you can close the gap quite fast. If you can find your game, find your breaks.
Well, he's taken that 4th point, and I believe that was a rack and run for him.
Break, and a lot of support in the crowd. Could hear the applause. The crowd giving him a lot of support. I think they also are Zhang Taiyi supporters, most of them.
And of course, there's like a 10-year gap between these 2 players, you know. So I think that would also feed into the support dimensions. There we have a look at those stats again. That's 5 runouts from Zhuang and just 1 rack and run from Zhang Taiyi thus far.
Important break for him now. Like to see if he opts for the side break or head on. The side break usually offering a bit more chance for safety play. So let's see the way he feels. If he feels like his game's on it, he's gonna go head on. Yeah, as we see him back to the middle now.
Let's see which ball he strikes.
I think he feels like his game's back. He'd love to make a ball and run, but 7 in, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's got 1.
7 in, and we did see that object ball struck to the center pocket and were deflected. As we take a look at those another aim, the black ball was also almost down, but this is a decent spread of balls here for him, and definitely something that he can work with. I think he's going to be forced to go stripes here.
Doesn't look like he has much option on solids as his first shot.
10秒。
I see Faisal Sidat has just shared on the stream. For those of you based in Gauteng, South Africa, Basil's Billiards in Johannesburg, they have a Joy Q7 and Q8 table. So that's the steel block tables, guys. So those of you who are based in Gauteng, South Africa, go on over to Basil's Billiards where you can enjoy the hayball game on premium tables. That's really nice to know. Thank you for sharing that, Faisal.
Saw quite a good point on the comment section. Despite his dry breaks from Zhang Taiyi, he's still in this match. He's just trailing by 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He has managed to diminish the lead that Zhuang had. And I mean, he just needs the space to blossom, guys. We've seen it with him. He's also, a notable comeback king. I mean, he's had some heavy comebacks in this tournament as well. So we know he's got that staying power. He's got that staying power. He's got that chutzpah to really dig deep when it counts. So yeah, this match far from over. Regardless of the different type of class that these two players have.
Yeah, as we saw him using his left hand 2 shots ago again. So very comfortable using the opposite hand is Zhang Taiyi.
Like Daniels asks, Raymond, with your background, why aren't you playing in these tournaments? I think I'm going to give the viewers some history on Raymond. Raymond is actually quite a competitive player as well. He's racked up some accolades in blackball pool, and I know he's attended some of the hayball events. He was even a runner-up in a hayball event to win a car. In that final, he lost to Jason Theron. So yeah, Laik, if I can speak for you, Raymond, I think we're going to see some beautiful things from Raymond Thalak as a player of hayball. He just needs to, put in the work, just like all the best players have to do. But I know in South Africa, especially from KwaZulu-Natal, where you are also from, Laik, there's a lot of players there with amazing potential to play this game well. We've seen it with Ethan Chetty, Iftikhar Ahmad. We've also got youngsters from other parts of the country who also can play this game really well. So it's just a matter of committing. I mean, you set a goal for yourself, you commit to it, and you'll also see yourself in China competing with the best. And regardless of the outcome, you're still going to be a better player after attending these tournaments. So Raymond, there's some pressure for you. We want to see you do better at these tournaments in future.
Yeah, thank you for those kind words, Lenita. And actually, Like and I know each other since we were, I think, about 10 years old, and we also did attend the same high school. We've played quite a lot of sessions, so yeah, Like does know what I can do on the table as well. And lovely to have you on the stream, Like. Always good to see all friends on the stream as well.
那此时此刻，相信你是百感交集，肯定有开心，有幸福，也有很多不为人所知的情绪。简单和大家分享一下此刻你的心情。
I feel so, heavy FOMO, and I think those of us who've been there in previous years and couldn't attend this year for whatever reason, the FOMO was real, guys. It was real, and I that I can put in the time this year to train for that event. But definitely, regardless, I'm going to attend this year. So I'd love to see all of you there.
I hope we can have record-breaking numbers here next year, especially with the way we've done the streams this year, trying to get the word out. Yeah, trying to get the word out and trying to get viewers to see what this tournament is all about. And I know there's some of the viewers have never watched Table before, and they've been on our streams asking questions. We're always willing to help you guys where we can and answer those questions. So yeah, we would love to see you at this tournament next year, everyone on the stream at least.
可能还和他们这些顶尖球员还是有一定差距，然后通过这次比赛总结经验，总结不足，希望下一次还有机会站在这里。
没错，乔治的比赛还有很多啊，我们的精彩也会有很多的分享。最后一个问题，刚刚直播间很多人在问啊，
I do think it might have been. I did get a message out to the second in charge referee. She is not sure as well what was going on and why we had a 7-frame break, but we will see shortly if we do break at 14 frames or the usual 16.
来，我们请我们的爱人挥挥手好不好？刚刚他也是在现场一直全程的支持您，有什么此时此刻想对他的分享吗？
其实一直以来呢，怎么说呢，我们也是特别不容易，我也非常感谢他。
Yeah, he should be able to get on this 3 quite comfortably. It's that black ball for me now, but I think the black ball is still for the corner pocket there, Raymond.
我以为最后一句是由我爱你来结束，再给你一次机会。那么我们可以在我们乔氏杯500万冠军的赛场上大声地喊出那句表白，好不好？
To get better shape on the black.
He had a look at whether it goes in the center from our
谢谢，非常感谢
angle.
大家在。 乔氏的比赛现场，我们能收获来自全世界的爱，也能够收获彼此之间真心相对的感情。那接下来我们要进行的是颁奖仪式，也再次恭喜牛壮获得了500万的冠军。
No.
Nothing too fancy, just giving himself a shot.
Yeah, these last few frames, he's kept it very simple. And that's the reason I believe he's managed to close the lead, and look at that. Look at that, from 6-3 down, he's come back to make it 6-all.
Let us enjoy the show from the dancers.